Basic interface of the CorelDRAW. So here I have a version CorelDRAW 2023. So let's start from the beginning. So in this video I will explain you the basic interface and the working of the tools. So first tool I have here is the pick tool. So basically if you draw something like this, and this tool can be used to move the things from one place to another. So basically it is a general tool. So let's move toward our next tool, and this is called shape tool, and it has a short key F10. So what is the use of shape tool? So basically if I take something from this and draw this, and then I select shape tool, so it will just move the nodes. If I select one node, can be used to move the node and change the shape of the things. So this is the basic use of shape tool. So in shape tool you can see this tool. So this tool can be used to convert this to a line. So this will is also a line, so this will not do something anything. So this is here you can see an option control to curves. If I select this option, it will use to make this in a perfect curve like this. So basically if I draw a line and then select and this and convert it to curve, then this line will be converted to a curve, and it will be a smooth curve, not an dent in the curve. So let's move to our next tool, and this tool is a crop tool. So if you basically export a picture, so let me export a picture first. Here I have a picture of a logo of mine. So if I use this crop tool, and here can be used to crop the image. This is the functionality of a crop tool. So let's move toward our next tool, and if you have seen there is a small tag. If you click on this small tag, it will open more tools from this, and this is knife tool, can be used to cut two shapes or single shapes. If I use this knife tool, you see no change, but if I use a pick tool and then use it, there's nothing, something happen. So let's first select this and then use the knife tool. So here is knife tool, and I have select this, and now let's see what happened. Yeah, this tool has cut the shape of the object. So this is the use of shape tool. Okay, now this zoom tool. Basically I'm using a mouse which has a scroll, so which can be used easily. But if you don't have a mouse, you can use this tool to zoom in a specific, and here you can see positive and a negative terminal. So if I use the negative, it will do a zoom out like this. And what's this zoom to all objects? So it will zoom to all object to a center where all the object will can be able to see easily. So let's move to our next tool. There I have a freehand tool. What is freehand? So basically can be used to draw anything like this, and this is just a freehand tool like a pencil tool. Let's move to a 2 point line. Okay, this is our 2 point line. If you first click on here and then here, it will not work, but if you drag the point, then it will create a line. So you see this line is not a straight line. So how can I draw a straight line? So first I will hold the control button, and then I will draw. This will draw a straight line. You can see this is the use of control tool. So I mean 2 point line. So you have to, what to do, you have to hold the control and then drag it, and it will create a straight line. So this is a bezier tool. Basically it can be used to trace something like I have this. I can trace it using this tool. Okay, and previously I told you about the shape tool, and if I use this shape tool and then select all this object, and here you can see a control to curve. So this can be used to trace the object like this. I'm not doing a proper work on it, just I'm explaining you something. In the next videos we will be creating a lot of things from these tools. So here I'm just telling you the basic functionality of the tools. So here you can see a pen tool. Here you have if you have previously used Photoshop, Illustrator, or any tool, this is a pen tool, simple, which can be used to draw something very cool like this, without any dent, and like this. If there you see it is not a proper, but if I do Control Z for undo and hold Alt key and then click, then it will move according to our choice. Zoom out. And one thing you must be wondering how I'm doing. If you hold the scroll button and then move it, then you can see this will move the whole spam tool. I forgot to tell you about this tool. This it can be also used while holding the mouse scroll button inside. So this is a functionality of pen tool. So I'm telling you here, you can see 1.0 px. So basically this is the size of outline. If I increase it, you can see the line bigger, more thicker and thicker. Here you can see line styles. If I you choose this style, it will be create a discrete line. So here I will select it to normal, and let's move to our next tool. This pen. If I hold a arrow on this, then this will, you can read here, draw a curved line by setting control points that shape the curve without breaking into segment. So this will help us to draw a smooth curve like this using an anchor point. If you are looking to draw a smooth curve, then this is a very helpful tool like this. And you can see it is a very smooth curve. There is no single dent on it like this. Okay, let's move to the next tool. Just forget about all these tool I will teach you in the next lectures. So what is this tool? Basically you have many signature logos. So this tool can be used to do anything. I mean, draw something like artistic media or, yeah, signature. Basically it is used for signatures, logos. If you have a mouse pad or something, you can draw this tool or create your own signature using this tool. It like makes the edges sharp and convert it into a little font and signature style. And this is live sketch tool. This is not a very useful tool. I'm not somebody use this. This is simple tool like pencil, but it has some functionality. If I go toward the simple tool of freehand tool, here you can see same thing. This is basically same thing like a freehand tool. Okay, let's see. This is a rectangle tool. uh, this can be used to draw a rectangle. But what if you have to draw a square? If you want to draw a square, you have to hold the control key and then drag it. It will draw the square and of proper size. Here you see these things that a line tool I explained you, and this is the thickness of the line. And here you can see the size. This is the width and this is the height, and it is almost same because it is a square. But if I click on this, and then you see the width, it is 435.42 pixel, and height is 190.42 pixels. This if you want to change, you can customly change it by, if I select this and this, you can see this size of this has been changed. So in the rectangle tool, there is a 3-point rectangle tool. So what it do, if I'm willing to draw a shape from this to this, so I will draw a straight line and then leave the hold, and then I will move toward this side, any side you want to move, and this will draw the required rectangle of size you are looking. So you don't have to do so much calculations or anything. So here I have a rectangle ellipse tool. So it will draw an ellipse. But if you want to draw a circle, then you will hold the control and then press it. It will draw the circle in a okay, now let's see this tool. This is a simple polygon tool. So here you can find a star tool. So if you want to draw it in a proper shape, then you will hold the control key, and then if you draw, it will be of a proper square shape, I mean proper length or width like this. So here you can see a spiral tool. So what do you think this tool will do? If I choose this circle, and this is the basic shape. It is not a tool, it is a basic shape. Here you can open if common shapes here, so anything you can draw. So this is a, what is the text tool? So it can be used to write anything. And you know, this is size is very small, so if I can increase the size here, first I have to, you were wondering why the size didn't change. So first you have to select it. Then you can see there are different fonts where I can change the font. And if I can drag it, it will also increase the size. Either if you are willing to do your size that like 30 or 40 pixels, just enter it and it will automatically do your required size of fixed length. So let me show you something more about text tool. Here you see bold tool. So why this is a disable bold button? Because it is not a simple font. So if I choose a simple font like this will enable us to do a bold. Also there is a no italic is also unavailable. So for this you have to choose a thinner font or any font, because all font doesn't allow themselves to be italic or bold, that's why. So if I select this, and you will be willing how we can add the color. So there are colors here, you can also add color from this. And also scroll down there and so let me tell you something more about colors. If you hold a button on this, and it will open more color shades, so you can select a color from there also, like this. Okay, perfect. Now here is, you can see our table tool. So it is a basic table. You can enter data anything into it and type it. Also change the size of the segment. If you drag it, it will change one column be greater, and also like this. These are journal tools. Okay, let's move to our next tool, parallel dimension. So if I drag it like this and move it forward, it will create a parallel shape. So basically it started from here and I ended it to here. So this is some basic tool. I don't think you're gonna use it basically. So there is an anchor editing tool. So you can change the anchor position from here. So these tools are not usually used so much, so just ignore them. Okay, let's move to this tool, uh, shadow tool. So what is the use of shadow tool? So as you know, it will use to create a shadow. If I create an object and let's make it black. Okay, if I use the shadow tool, it will create a, wow, look amazing, it will create a shadow to the object. And if I move the object, the shadow will move with the object. So also I can change the direction of the shadow or distance, like this. Okay, next tool is contour tool. So as contour tool is basically used to replicate uh, the circle. Let's select contour tool. So basically it will do to replicate the circle. So this is a proper use to make an object that has double shape like ring, etc. And if I color it, it will color the whole circle because there are two different shapes. If I select the internal shape and color it white, now it will change the color because there are two shapes. One shape is this smaller shape which has a color of white, and this is a black shape. So this is basically used to, but you can see are different here that both the shapes are moving to the same direction and they are basically fixed. So if you are creating object like ring or something, then you can use this tool. And there is a blend tool. What do you think it will use? Basically it will blend two object and create a progression like this, from a heavier to lighter. And basically if I draw two shapes like this, it's a quite large shape, and if I connect these two shapes, it will draw like this. And then let's color it. Here you can see, if I move the object, it will also move. Here you can see this shape is slightly converted to this shape. This is, and if I move this shape, the progression will also move with it. If I gain it closer, it will also come closer to it. So you will use it in some cases where you have to create some spiral shapes. And here you can see extrude and envelop. So let's first define distort tool. So this tool can be used to irregularly arrange the shapes. So if I draw a circle and use this tool, it can be used to create anything. Usually don't know how to, but this sense doesn't make sense. So if I have to draw a, let's draw a flower. I got an idea. Let's draw a flower using this tool. And if I make it a bit, wait, and like this will create a flower effect. And this tool, if you do practice, you will understand this tool. It's a quite sharp shape. Didn't I expected it? So basically this is an envelope tool. So basically it has 8 anchor points. So let's create something. If I have this circle and I use envelope tool, so this circle is placed in an envelope. So I can change the size and shape of this. There are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 points. So if I move this point, so the circle will move toward this side, and if I move this node to this side, so basically it can be used to wrap if the image or wrap something. So anything you can draw from it. If you want to slightly change the shape, oh, then this is my favorite tool. If I draw a polygon and then select extrude, so what do you think it will do? It will convert it to a 3D object. So here you can see it is a perfect 3D object. I can also color it, so you can see a perfect 3D object, but it is not looking 3D in the color. So if I color them differently, then it will be a perfect 3D. So also you can adjust it size and shape also. If I move this side, it will move to this side, and direction can be changed. So this is basically a extrude tool. This is a transparency tool. So let's move to our next tool. This is let's draw a circle first, and let's color it too. And if I select this, it will show me a slider here. So if I move this slider forward, it will decrease the transparency of the object, so it can be used anywhere, like images, etc. Here you can see a color eyedropper tool. So this can be used to pick a color from an image or anything. Let's pick this white color, and I drop this here white. So if you want to again gain the color, then press the alt key, shift button, sorry, press the shift button, hold it, and then select the color again, and then leave the shift button and then drag it here. So again use it, press the shift, hold the shift, and pick the color and leave the shift, and you can easily replace the color. Here's a interactive fill tool, can be used to